My name's Emily, and I'm 29. Picture me at a team lunch, forks, clinking laughter bouncing off the walls. My boss, Marcus, stands his smirk fixed on me. The room hushes as he says, "You're not capable of going further. Your time here is over. Don't come back tomorrow." Eyes drop to plates. I nod, a bitter smile curling my lips, my hand gripping an envelope in my bag. It holds a truth they can't imagine. The next month, it'll shake everything. Have you ever been underestimated? Share where you're watching from below, and let's see how this unfolds. Like and subscribe for more real stories. I'm Emily, 29, and the office air feels heavier now. Back at my desk, the hum of keyboards and muffled whispers swirl around me. My hands shake as I pack my things, a framed photo of Mom and me, my chipped coffee mug, a notebook filled with project notes. I keep my face steady, but my chest tightens. Sophie, my desk neighbor, glances over her eyes, soft but hesitant. She leans in, voice low. "That was brutal, Em. Marcus has always been cruel, but this was low." I nod, trying to focus on folding a scarf, but her words sink in. She fidgets, then adds, "He's been talking about you for months. Said your work was slipping, that you couldn't handle the pressure." My stomach drops. Months, I thought I was pulling my weight, staying late, double-checking reports. The team's last project landed because of my numbers. I swallow hard, the betrayal sharp. He said that I ask my voice quieter than I mean it to be. Sophie nods, guilt flickering across her face. "I should have told you. I didn't know how." I turn back to my box, my fingers brushing a sticky note stuck to my monitor. It's from last year's team retreat, Marcus's handwriting scrawled across it. "Great job, keep shining." I stare at it, the irony burning. He'd smiled at me that day, clapped my shoulder like I mattered. Now it feels like a lie, like every late night and extra effort was just a setup for this. I crumple the note, the sound sharp in the quiet office. Sophie winces but doesn't speak. Around me, colleagues keep their heads down, their typing louder than usual. A guy from accounting, Greg, walks by, but avoids my eyes, his steps quick. The silence is worse than whispers. I want to scream that I didn't deserve this, that Marcus is wrong, but the weight of their judgment holds me back. My mind races. Did I miss something? Was I too trusting? Too focused on my work to see the knife coming? Sophie shifts her chair, creaking. "It's not just you," she says, barely audible. "He's got everyone scared. Last month he chewed out Clara for missing a deadline, threatened her job in front of the whole floor." Her words spark a memory, Clara's red face as she left Marcus's office, her hands shaking. I'd thought it was a one-off, but now I wonder how much I've missed. This place, this job I poured myself into, feels like a house of cards, and I'm just now seeing it wobble. I lift my box, the contents rattling softly, and head for the elevator. The office feels smaller now, the walls closing in. As the doors slide shut, I catch my reflection, pale but resolute. Marcus thinks he's won, but he doesn't know what I'm holding on to. This isn't over. Not yet. The elevator dings, and I step into the parking garage, my box of belongings heavier than it should be. Rain drums on the concrete outside, a steady gray curtain blurring the city. I slide into my car, the leather cold against my back, and toss the box onto the passenger seat. My hands grip the wheel, but I don't start the engine. The quiet is loud, my thoughts louder. Marcus's voice loops in my head, not just from lunch, but from months ago, praising my work, promising growth. Was it all a game? I pull out of the garage, wipers slashing through the downpour. The city lights smear across the windshield, red and gold streaks that don't calm me. At a stoplight, I reach into my bag, fingers brushing the envelope. I tug it out just enough to see the letterhead, crisp and official, a name that could unravel everything. My pulse quickens. I stuff it back, not ready to face it yet. The light turns green, and I drive the road slick under my tires. My phone buzzes in the cup holder, Hannah's name lighting up the screen. I hit speaker, and her voice fills the car, sharp and furious. Em, I just heard. Marcus is a coward. You need to fight this, go public something. I sigh, the weight of her anger familiar, but heavy. I'm handling it. I say, my voice tighter than I mean. She scoffs. Handling it? You sound too calm. You're always too forgiving. He humiliated you in front of everyone. Her words sting, not because they're wrong, but because they're half right. I want to tell her about the envelope, the plan forming in my mind, but I don't. Not yet. Hannah. I've got this, I say, firmer now. She pushes back. Do you? Or are you just going to let him walk all over you? Mom would have fought. The mention of Mom cuts deep a wound we both carry. I grip the wheel harder. Don't bring her into this, I snap. The line goes quiet, then she softens, but only a little. I just don't want you to get hurt more. You're too good for this. I swallow, my throat tight. I know I mumble, but I'm not sure I believe it. She sighs. Call me later. Okay, I'm here. The call ends, and the rain feels louder, like it's trying to drown me out. A song comes on the radio, one Mom used to hum in the kitchen, her hands kneading dough for Sunday bread. Hold your cards close, she'd say, her smile warm but firm. I can almost see her now, her apron dusted with flour, her eyes steady. The memory steadies me too, but it doesn't erase the ache. Hannah's right about one thing. I've been too trusting, too quick to see the good in people like Marcus. But she doesn't know what I'm holding, what I'm planning. I pull into my apartment complex, the rain easing to a drizzle. The box rattles as I carry it upstairs, my bag slung over my shoulder. Inside, I set everything on the kitchen table, the envelope on top, its edges sharp under my fingers. I stare at it, my heart pounding. Tomorrow I'll start. Tomorrow I'll show them I'm not done. The thought sparks something fierce in me, a fire I haven't felt in months. Marcus thinks he broke me, but he's about to learn how wrong he is. The morning light cuts through my apartment blinds, sharp and unforgiving. I'm Emily, 29, and I'm back at the office, despite Marcus's orders, my sneakers silent on the polished floor. My bags slung over my shoulder, the envelope inside a steady weight. I need evidence, something to back up what I know. The open plan office buzzes with early chatter, but it dies as I walk in. Heads turn, then snap back to screens. I feel their stares like pinpricks, each one whispering, "She's the one who got fired." I head to my old desk, now bare, except for a stray paperclip. The air smells of coffee and toner, familiar, but wrong. Marcus's glass office looms across the floor, his silhouette pacing behind frosted panes. My pulse spikes, but I focus on my task, check my email archives, grab anything tying him to the mess I found. I log in my fingers, trembling on the keyboard. Whispers ripple nearby. Two guys from marketing, Nate and Liam, huddle by the coffee machine, their voices low but clear. "She must have screwed up bad," Nate mutters. "Marcus doesn't fire people for nothing." Liam shrugs. "I heard she was slacking, missing deadlines." My cheeks burn. Slacking, I was the one fixing their botched reports at midnight. I want to march over, set them straight, but I bite my lip and keep typing. Footsteps approach, hesitant. It's Clara, the co-worker from the lunch, her cardigan sleeves tugged over her hands. She stops a few feet away, her eyes darting to Marcus's office. "Emily?" she whispers. "What are you doing here? He'll lose it if he sees you." Her voice shakes, and I notice her puffy eyes like she's been crying. I soften, but only a little. "I need my files," I say, keeping my tone even. She shifts, glancing around. I need to tell you something. Her words tumble out fast and quiet. I knew he was going to fire you. He told me a week ago, said it was for the team's sake. I wanted to warn you, but he said I'd be next if I did. My stomach twists a fresh cut. Clara, who I'd shared lunch breaks with, who'd laughed at my dumb jokes, kept this from me. You knew I asked, my voice low but sharp. She nods, tears welling. I'm so sorry, Em. I was scared. He's got this way of making you feel small, like you're nothing. I look away, my throat tight. I want to forgive her, but the hurt is too raw. I trusted you, I say barely above a whisper. She flinches like I've slapped her. I know she says, her voice breaking. I hate myself for it. I turn back to the screen, my fingers frozen. The betrayal sinks deeper, mixing with the sting of Nate and Liam's words. This place, these people I thought were my team, feel like strangers now. I pull up an old email, one I'd flagged months ago, hinting at Marcus's shady deals. It's not enough, but it's a start. Clara hovers, then speaks again. There's someone else, Ethan from IT. He's been tracking Marcus's moves, says he's got proof of worse stuff. My eyes snap to hers. Ethan, the quiet guy who fixes printers. What kind of proof, I ask, leaning closer. She hesitates, then says, emails, maybe more. He's careful, but he trusts you. Hope flickers, but it's fragile. If Ethan's got something, it could change everything. But trust, that word feels hollow now. I nod, saving the email to a drive. I'll find him, I say, my voice steadier than I feel. Clara steps back, her eyes still wet. Be careful, Em. Marcus is watching everyone. I glance at his office, his shadow still moving. My anger surges hot and sharp. He thinks he can bury me, but he's wrong. I grab my drive, my bag, and an old team photo from a drawer. In it, I'm smiling next to Marcus, his arm around my shoulder. The memory sours. I tear the photo in half, the rip loud in the quiet office. Clara gasps, but I don't look at her. I'm done playing nice. I'm Emily, 29, and my apartment feels too small tonight, the walls pressing in, as I sit at the kitchen table, takeout containers scattered around me. Hannah's here, her arms crossed, her eyes blazing. The city hums outside, but inside it's just us and the weight of everything. I've just told her I went back to the office, that I'm digging into Marcus's lies. She's not having it. You're sneaking around like a thief, she says, her voice sharp. Go public, Em. Post it online, call him out. I shake my head, my fingers tracing the edge of the envelope still unopened on the table. It's not that simple, I say, my voice low. I have proof, but I need to do this right. Her eyes narrow. Proof. Then use it. Stop hiding. She grabs her phone, scrolling fast, then shoves it toward me. It's a social media post. Marcus at some charity event, all smiles captioned, leadership goals. Comments pile up praising him. My stomach churns. How does he fool everyone, Hannah? I'm working on it, I say, but my voice cracks. She leans forward, relentless. Working on it. He's out there, looking like a saint. And you're what? Packing boxes and whispering with coworkers. You're letting him win. Her words hit like a slap and I flinch. I'm not letting him win, I snap louder than I mean to. You don't get it. This isn't just about me, she scoffs, tossing her hair. Then who's it about? Because right now, it looks like you're scared. I stand pacing to the window, the city lights blurring through my anger. Scared? Maybe I am, but it's not just fear. It's the weight of knowing what's in that envelope, what it could do. I turn back, my voice shaking. You think I'm weak, don't you? Just like after Mom died, when I didn't fight the way you did. Her face softens, but only for a second. That's not fair, she says quieter now. But you're doing it again, Em. You're holding back, and it's killing me to watch. The mention of Mom slices through me, raw and deep. I walk to a drawer, almost on instinct, and pull out her old journal, its leather cover worn smooth. I flip to a page I've read 100 times, her handwriting. Steady. Truth is your strength. I hold it up, my hands trembling. This is what I'm doing, I say, my voice breaking. I'm finding the truth, not just yelling about it. Hannah stares, then shakes her head. Truth doesn't mean anything if you don't act. You're stalling, and he's laughing. She grabs her coat, heading for the door. Call me when you're ready to fight, she says, and she's gone, the slam echoing in the quiet. I sink into a chair, the journal still in my hands. My eyes burn, but I don't cry. She's wrong, but she's not. I'm not stalling, but every step feels like walking through mud. The envelope sits there mocking me. I could open it now, let it all spill out. But what if it's not enough? What if I'm not enough? I grab my phone, my fingers hovering over Ethan's number. Clara said he has proof, but can I trust him? Can I trust anyone? The room feels colder, the takeout sour in my stomach. Marcus's face from that post flashes in my mind, his smile a taunt. He's out there untouchable while I'm here alone with a truth that feels too big to carry. I set the journal down, my heart pounding. I need to find Ethan. I need to know what he knows. But as I dial, my chest tightens, the air thin. This is only getting heavier. I'm Emily, 29, and the coffee shop smells of burnt espresso and damp coats. I'm tucked in a corner booth, the dim light barely reaching me, my hands wrapped around a cold mug. Ethan sits across his laptop, open his eyes, scanning the room like he expects trouble. My bag rests against my leg, the envelope inside heavier than ever. We're here to compare notes to piece together what we know about Marcus. My heart's racing, but I keep my voice steady. Show me what you've got, I say. Ethan hesitates, then slides his laptop toward me. The screen glows with an email chain, names I recognize from upper management dates from last year. Marcus faked the quarterly reports, he whispers. Inflated numbers to secure his promotion. I found these in a deleted server folder. My breath catches. The emails are clear, damning, with Marcus's signature at the bottom. It's real. My fingers tighten on the mug, the ceramic biting into my palms. I pull the envelope from my bag, my hands trembling. This is mine, I say, sliding it across the table. Ethan's eyes widen as he opens it, pulling out a letter on crisp letterhead. It's my whistleblower report drafted weeks ago, detailing Marcus's embezzlement, siphoning funds through fake vendor accounts. I'd found the discrepancies late one night, cross-checking invoices he'd told me to ignore. He's been stealing for years, I say, my voice low but shaking. This proves it. Ethan leans back, exhaling hard. This is bigger than I thought, he says, his voice barely audible. He's got friends upstairs, Em. If we go public, they'll come for us. His words hit like ice water. I'd known the risk, but hearing it aloud makes my chest tighten. My career, my reputation, everything I've built could collapse. I think of Mom's journal, her words about truth, but doubt creeps in. What if I'm not strong enough for this? The coffee shop hums around us, oblivious. A couple laughs at the counter, a barista calls out an order. Then a tray crashes, cups shattering on the tile. I flinch, my heart lurching. The barista curses, scrambling to clean up, but the sound echoes in my head like everything's breaking. Ethan closes his laptop, his face pale. "We need a plan," he says. "If we do this, it's all or nothing." I nod, but my throat's dry. All or nothing. The words feel like a trap. I glance at the letter now back in my hands. The truth is here in black ink, but it's heavy, dangerous. I think of Clara's tears, Sophie's whispers, Hannah's anger. They're all tied to this, to Marcus's lies. But so am I. If I speak, I'm exposed. If I don't, he wins. My pulse hammers, my vision narrowing. Ethan's watching me, waiting. "You in?" He asks, his voice soft, but urgent. I open my mouth, but no words come. The truth is choking me, and I don't know if I can breathe. I'm Emily, 29, and the conference room's too bright, the fluorescent lights buzzing like a warning. I'm at the back, my hands clammy, the envelope clutched tight. The company's annual meeting streams live a sea of suits and forced smiles. Marcus stands at the podium, his voice smooth, accepting an award for leadership. My stomach twists as applause ripples through the room. I shouldn't be here, but Ethan's words echo all or nothing. My heart pounds, a drumbeat drowning out everything else. He's mid-speech, praising teamwork when I step forward, my legs shaking. The room quiets, eyes turning. Marcus falters, his smile tightening. "Emily," he says, his tone sharp but laced with unease. I raise the letter, my voice trembling but clear. "You've been lying to everyone I say, reading aloud. Embezzlement, fake vendors, stolen funds. It's all here." Gasps ripple out, phones raised to record. Marcus laughs, a harsh, brittle sound. "She's desperate," he says, his eyes cold. A disgruntled employee spinning lies. His words cut, and I feel the room shift. A woman in the front row, Karen from HR, shakes her head, whispering to her neighbor. Others nod, their faces hardening. "She's unhinged," Marcus adds louder now. "Couldn't handle the job, so she's making this up." The crowd murmurs doubt, spreading like wildfire. My throat burns, but I keep reading, my voice cracking. Dates, amounts, account numbers all laid bare. The projector behind Marcus flickers, then freezes on an email one Ethan leaked matching my claims. A hush falls, but Marcus recovers fast. "Fabricated?" he snaps, pointing at me. "You're pathetic, Emily. Get her out." Security moves in their hands on my arms. I look around, searching for allies, but Sophie averts her eyes. Nate smirks, and even Clara, filming from the side, looks torn. The guards pull me toward the door, my letter slipping to the floor. Marcus's voice booms, reclaiming the stage, dismissing me as a joke. The crowd claps, hesitant but growing. My chest caves, the air gone. I've bared everything, my truth, my pain, and they're choosing him. The door slams behind me, the hallway cold and silent. I slide to the floor, my hands empty, my heart shattered. I've lost everything, and he's still standing. I'm Emily, 29, and my apartment's a mess of papers and coffee cups, the late afternoon sun slanting through the blinds. After the conference room disaster, I'm hollowed out, but something's shifting inside me. I sit at my dining table, my laptop glowing, Ethan and Clara across from me. My letter's gone left on that conference room floor, but Ethan's got his emails and Clara's phone holds a shaky video of my outburst. We're building something, a case to bury Marcus. I'm done being silent. Ethan flips through a stack of printed emails, his jaw tight. These show his fake reports, he says, pointing to highlighted lines. But we need more to tie it to the money. Clara nods, scrolling through her footage. I got you reading the letter M. It's clear as day. People online are already talking. My stomach twists, remembering the crowd's doubt, Marcus's sneer. But their words spark a fire, small but growing. I pull out my old work laptop, one I never returned. I've got backups. I say, my voice steadier than I feel. Invoices, bank transfer stuff Marcus told me to file and forget. My fingers fly over the keys, pulling up files I'd buried deep. There they are, vendor payments to accounts that don't exist signed by him. Ethan leans in, his eyes wide. This is it, he says. This links everything. Clara sets her phone down, her hands fidgeting. What's next? We can't just sit on this. I take a breath, my mind racing. I think of Mom, her steady hands, her voice saying, truth takes work. We need someone who knows the law, I say. Someone who can make this stick. Ethan nods, scribbling a name. Rachel, the lawyer, I know. She's sharp, hates guys like Marcus. I feel a jolt, a path opening. I dial Rachel, my heart pounding. She answers, her voice calm but direct. I spill everything. The embezzlement, the emails, the video. She listens, then says, This is serious, Emily. But it's a fight. You'll be a target. Her words echo Ethan's warning, but this time I don't flinch. I'm already a target, I say, my voice low. I want him to answer for this. She pauses, then says, Send me everything. I'm in. We hang up, and I look at Ethan and Clara, their faces lit with cautious hope. My apartment feels alive now, a command center for something bigger than me. I wrap Mom's old scarf around my shoulders, its faded blue soft against my skin. It's not armor, but it's close. My phone buzzes, a new email from Marcus's lawyer, a veiled threat to sue for defamation. My pulse spikes, but I delete it. He's scared. Good. I'm just getting started. I'm Emily, 29, and the news station's green room smells of stale coffee and hairspray. My hands are steady now, Mom's scarf tucked into my bag for luck. Ethan and Clara sit beside me, their faces tight with nerves. We've sent Rachel our dossier, and she's prepped us for this interview, our chance to go public. The studio lights beyond the door are harsh, but I'm ready. Marcus's lawyer can threaten all he wants. I'm not backing down. Not anymore. The producer, a brisk woman named Tara, pokes her head in. 5 minutes, she says, her clipboard tapping her hip. I nod, smoothing my blouse, a navy one I bought yesterday. Something new for this new me. Clara grips my hand, her fingers cold. You're sure about this? She asks, her voice small. I meet her eyes, seeing the fear I used to feel. I'm sure, I say, and I mean it. Ethan gives a tight smile, his laptop closed for once. We've got your back, he says. We're led to the set, the cameras looming like silent judges, the anchor. Lisa shakes my hand, her grip firm. This is big, she says, her eyes sharp but kind. Just tell your story. I settle into the chair, the lights hot on my face. The countdown begins, and my heart thuds, but it's not panic. It's purpose. I think of Mom, her quiet strength, and I know I'm carrying it now. The interview starts, Lisa's questions direct. I hold up a copy of my whistleblower letter, my voice clear. Marcus embezzled funds, faked reports, and silenced anyone who noticed, I say, laying out the truth. Ethan chimes in, explaining his emails. Clara describes the fear Marcus spread. The words flow, each one a brick in the wall we're building. I feel the cameras, the unseen audience, but I'm not afraid. I'm claiming my voice. Lisa leans forward, her pen pausing. Why speak now? She asks. I swallow the question, cutting deep. Because silence let him hurt people, I say. I won't let it anymore. The words hang heavy and true. The segment ends, and we're ushered off, the crew already prepping for the next story. Back in the green room, my phone buzzes, notifications flooding in. The interview's gone viral, clips spreading online. Some call me a hero, others a liar. My chest tightens, but Hannah texts, Proud of you, Em. Keep going. Her words ground me. A letter slips under the door, handwritten, no name. I open it, my breath catching. Your story gave me courage to speak up at my job, it reads. Thank you. I fold it carefully, tucking it into my bag next to Mom's scarf. The weight of all of this settles differently now. I'm not just fighting for me. I'm breaking a cycle. I look at Ethan and Clara, their tired smiles mirroring mine. We're in this together, and it's working. I step outside, the city air cool against my skin. The station's neon sign hums above, casting a soft glow. My phone's still buzzing, but I silence it, needing this moment. I stand still, my breath visible in the dusk, and feel the shift inside me. I'm not the woman Marcus fired, not anymore. I'm someone who speaks, who fights, who builds. My eyes lift to the skyline, sharp and unyielding, and I nod to myself, a quiet promise. This is only the beginning. I'm Emily, 29, and the law firm's meeting room smells of polished wood and fresh ink. The table's strewn with our dossier, my letter, Ethan's emails, Clara's video, all laid out like a map of Marcus's ruin. I sit across from two investigators, their suits crisp, their questions sharper. My hands rest in my lap, steady but cold. The interview's gone viral, and the company's scrambling. Today, I'm testifying, turning our evidence into something real. But the air feels thick, like it's holding its breath. The lead investigator, a woman with steel gray hair, flips through my report. You're alleging serious misconduct, she says, her eyes piercing. Walk us through it? I take a breath, my voice low but clear, and start with the fake vendors, the hidden accounts, the numbers that never added up. I point to Ethan's emails, proof Marcus doctored reports for his own gain. The second investigator, a younger man, scribbles notes, his pen scratching loud in the quiet. They ask about timelines, signatures, my role. I answer calm, but firm, every detail burned into me from sleepless nights. Then the woman leans forward. Why wait so long to report this? Her tone's neutral, but it stings. I think of Mom's journal, her words about timing, but I don't say that. I needed proof, I say instead. I had to be sure. She nods, but her eyes don't soften. The man glances at her, then back at me like they're weighing my truth. The door opens, and Sophie slips in, her face, pale but set. She's here to testify too, a surprise she texted me about last night. The investigators turn to her, and she sits, her hands twisting in her lap. Marcus intimidated everyone, she says, her voice small but growing. He'd single people out, make examples. I saw him do it to Emily, to Clara, to me. Her words land heavy, painting a picture I'd only half seen. I meet her eyes, grateful but shaken. She's risking everything. The investigators nod, jotting more notes. We've suspended Marcus pending review. The woman says, her voice flat. Your evidence is compelling, but this will take time. Relief flickers, but it's fleeting. Suspended isn't enough, not yet. I think of the conference room, Marcus's smirk, the crowd's applause. My chest tightens. What about his allies, I ask? They're still there, covering for him. The man looks up, his pen pausing. We're looking into it, he says, but it feels hollow. Sophie shifts beside me, her eyes on the table. They're saying things, she whispers as we leave the room. His friends in management, they're calling you a troublemaker, saying you faked it all. My stomach drops, the old wound reopening. I picture Nate's smirk, Karen's whisper, the office turning against me. The hallway stretches long and cold, our footsteps echoing. Outside, the city hums, indifferent. I clutch my bag, Mom's scarf inside, but it feels thin now. The truth's out, but it's not free. It's costing me, and the price is climbing. I'm Emily, 29, and the park's air is crisp, leaves crunching under my feet as I walk with Hannah. The city's skyline looms in the distance, all sharp edges against a fading sky. Sophie's words about Marcus's allies echo in my head, their whispers branding me a liar. I've testified, laid bare the truth, but it's not enough. Hannah's beside me, her usual fire dimmed, her hands stuffed in her coat pockets. We're trying to mend things, but the weight of everything lingers. She kicks a pebble, her voice soft. I was wrong, Em, she says, glancing at me. I pushed you too hard, called you weak. But that interview, what you did? I'm proud. Her words should warm me, but they don't. I nod, my throat tight. Thanks, I say, but it's flat. I want to feel her pride, but all I feel is the ache of being seen as a troublemaker, a nobody who dared speak up. We pass a bench, an old couple sitting close, their hands intertwined. I think of Mom, how she'd hold my hand on walks like this, her grip steady. Hannah notices my silence. You okay? She asks, her eyes searching. I shrug, staring at the path. They're saying I made it all up, I say, my voice barely audible. People I worked with, people I trusted. She stops, turning to face me. They're wrong, she says, fierce now. You know that. I want to believe her, but doubt creeps in, cold and heavy. My phone buzzes in my pocket, a news alert. I pull it out, and there's Marcus, a photo from last week's charity gala. His smile polished. The headline reads, Local exec faces allegations, denies wrongdoing. My chest tightens. He's still out there untouchable while I'm jobless, my name dragged through the mud. I show Hannah, and her jaw clenches. He's a snake, she mutters, but it doesn't help. We keep walking the park, quieter now. Kids' laughter fading as dusk settles. A little boy runs past, his kite tangled in a tree. I stop, helping him tug it free, his small thank you soft in the air. It's a fleeting moment, but it lifts me just a fraction. Hannah watches, her expression unreadable. You're still you, she says, almost to herself. Even after all this. I don't respond, my eyes on the kite, soaring now, red against the gray. Rachel calls as we near the park's edge. Good news, she says, her voice brisk. The investigation's moving fast. But they're offering you a job, Emily, at my firm. You've got a knack for this. I freeze, the offer dangling like a lifeline. Hannah raises an eyebrow, waiting. I'll think about it, I tell Rachel, my voice steady but distant. We hang up, and Hannah grins, but I don't match it. A job is hope, but it's not absolution. Not yet. We stop at a pond, its surface still reflecting the last light. I think of the old couple, the boy's kite, Hannah's apology. They're threads of something good, but they don't erase the whispers, the headlines, the truth still fighting to be heard. My hands slip into my pockets, empty now, no scarf, no letter. I've given everything, and it's left me raw. I stare at the water, my reflection blurred, and feel the quiet sink in, heavy and final. I'm Emily, 29, and my new office at Rachel's firm smells of fresh paint and possibility. The space is small, just a desk, a chair, and a window overlooking a quiet street. I'm settling in my first week as a consultant for workplace disputes. Files stacked neatly on my desk, each one a story of someone's fight like mine. The morning's calm sunlight filtering through the blinds, and I'm learning to breathe in this new rhythm, one not dictated by Marcus's shadow. I pin a small photo to the wall, me and Hannah at a summer fair years ago, our faces sticky with cotton candy. It's a reminder of who I was before the chaos and who I'm becoming. My computer hums emails from clients waiting, but I pause, running my fingers over a leather-bound planner I bought to mark this fresh start. Each page feels like a chance to rebuild, to be more than the woman who was fired. The door creaks and Clara steps in, her smile bright but nervous. She's visiting from the old company now, promoted to a role she never thought she'd get. "This place suits you," she says, leaning against the doorframe. Her hair's pulled back, her confidence new. "They're still reeling over there, you know. Your interview changed things." I nod, a warmth spreading in my chest. "Good," I say, my voice soft, but sure. They needed a shake-up. Clara sits, her hands folding in her lap. "I owe you," she says, her eyes meeting mine. "Watching you stand up, it made me braver. I spoke up in a meeting last week, called out a bad policy." They listened. Her words land gently like a gift. I think of the old Clara, scared and silent, and see the difference now. "You did that yourself," I tell her, meaning it. She shakes her head, laughing quietly. "Maybe, but you started it." We talk for a while about her new role, about the office gossip that's faded since Marcus's suspension. She mentions Ethan's move to a tech startup, happier now. The conversation's easy, a thread tying us to the fight we shared, but I hear the clock ticking, my next client due soon. Clara stands, pausing at the door. "You're doing good here, Em," she says, her voice warm. "Keep it up." I smile, the weight of her words settling deep. Alone again, I turn to the window, watching a delivery truck rumble by. Rachel's offer, this job, it's more than a paycheck. Its purpose, a way to help others navigate the battles I've fought. I think of Mom, how she'd sit with neighbors listening, offering quiet advice. I'm not her, but I'm carrying pieces of her forward. The thought steadies me like a hand on my shoulder. I open my planner, ready to dive in my heart, quieter than it's been in months. I'm Emily, 29, and my apartment balcony is cool under the evening sky. The city's hum, a soft backdrop. I'm alone, a mug of tea steaming in my hands, its warmth seeping into my palms. The day's work at Rachel's firm lingers, client stories of unfair bosses and broken promises echoing my own. I've been writing in a new journal, its pages crisp a space to sort through what's left of this fight. Tonight, the words come slow, but they're honest. I set the mug down, leaning against the railing. The skyline glitters, each light a life, a story. I think of Marcus's trial looming, the whispers still circling, calling me a troublemaker. They don't sting like they did. I've carried worse. My fingers trace the journal's edge, its cover a deep green, chosen for no reason other than it felt like growth. I write about Clara's visit, Ethan's new start, Hannah's pride. Small victories, not mine alone. My phone buzzes on the table, a message from Ethan. "Got a new project," he writes. "Feels good to build again." "You okay?" I smile, typing back, "Better than okay." It's true. I call him, the line crackling as he picks up. We talk about his job, my clients, the way the old office feels like a distant memory. His laugh is lighter now, and it lifts me too. "You changed us, Em," he says before we hang up. I don't argue, but I know we changed each other. A breeze stirs, carrying the faint chime of a neighbor's wind bell. It's a delicate sound, like a whisper from somewhere else. I close my eyes, letting it sink in. I think of Mom, not her journal this time, but her laugh, sharp and bright, how it filled a room. I used to chase that lightness, thinking it would fix me. Now I'm learning to find my own. The trial's coming, and Marcus might fight, but that's not my weight to carry anymore. I pick up the journal again, writing one last line, "I'm enough." It's simple, but it lands heavy. A truth I'm finally holding. The city hums on the stars, faint above. Doubt flickers, a quiet question. Did I do enough? I let it pass unanswered. The chime rings again, soft and sure. I breathe deep, the air cool in my lungs, and feel the world slow. This moment, this stillness, it's mine. I'm ready for whatever's next. I'm Emily, 29, and the courtroom smells of old wood and tension. the kind that hums under your skin. I'm seated in the back, my hands folded, watching Marcus at the defendant's table. His suit's sharp, but his shoulders sag, his charm gone. Today's the verdict, the end of a fight that's carved me hollow and whole again. The judge reads her voice, steady, guilty on multiple counts, embezzlement, fraud. Marcus's head drops, and the room exhales a weight lifting. I don't cheer. I just breathe slow and even. Outside, the city's alive, horns blaring, people rushing past. I walk to my car, the verdict settling like dust. It's done. He's done. But I'm not celebrating, not really. I drive home, the radio off, the quiet a choice. My apartment's warm when I step inside, the late afternoon light, soft on the hardwood. I've made it mine these past weeks. A new rug, a shelf of books I'm actually reading. Small things, but they're mine. I set my bag down and start dinner, chopping carrots with a rhythm that calms me. The knife's steady in my hand, a new skill I'm learning, cooking for myself. Tonight, I'm hosting Hannah, Ethan, Clara, and Sophie, a small gathering to mark this moment. The table's set with mismatched plates, a candle flickering in the center, its glow warm, but not showy. I'm not hiding anymore, not from them, not from myself. Hannah arrives first, her laugh filling the room as she hugs me tight. "You did it, Em," she says, her eyes bright. I nod, stirring the soup, the steam rising in curls. "We did it," I correct, and she grins, grabbing a spoon to taste. Ethan's next, his new job's energy in his step, followed by Clara, her confidence sharper now, and Sophie quieter, but steady. They settle around the table, their voices weaving a comfort I didn't know I needed. We eat, the conversation light, at first work weather, a bad movie Ethan saw. Then Clara raises her glass, her voice soft. "To Emily," she says, "for showing us how to stand." The others nod, their eyes on me, and I feel a warmth, not pride, but something deeper, like belonging. I raise my glass too, my voice quiet. To all of us, I say, and we drink, the moment simple, but heavy. After dinner, we linger, dishes stacked in the sink. Sophie shares how she's mentoring a new hire at the old company, her voice stronger than before. Ethan talks about coding something new, his hands animated. Hannah's softer tonight, her usual fire-tempered, and I catch her watching me like she sees the change. I'm not the sister who shrank from conflict anymore. I'm someone who stayed, who spoke, who built. I step to the window, the city's lights a distant pulse. The candle's still burning, its flame small but sure. I think of the courtroom, Marcus's defeat, but it's not about him anymore. It's about this table, these people, this life I'm stitching back together. I turn back to them, their laughter a soft hum, and feel the quiet settle a peace I've earned breath by breath. I'm Emily, 29, and the night's grown quiet, my friends gone, their laughter lingering like a soft echo. I'm at my kitchen counter, a glass of water in hand, the city's hum muted through the window. The trial's over, Marcus's guilt sealed, but I'm left with a question I hadn't expected. What do I do with the anger he left behind? I set the glass down. My fingers, brushing a small clay pot I bought last week. A single fern curling from its soil. It's fragile, but it's growing like me. I sit, pulling a notebook close, its pages still mostly blank. I've been sketching ideas, not for work, but for me, a blog maybe about speaking truth in quiet ways. Tonight, I write about forgiveness, not the loud kind, but the kind that's just for you. Marcus doesn't deserve it, but I'm learning I don't need to hate him to move on. Hate's a chain, and I'm tired of carrying it. I think of Mom, how she'd let go of grudges with a sigh, not a sermon. I'm trying that now, letting the bitterness slip breath by breath. The fern catches my eye, its green sharp against the pot's dull clay. I water it, the slow drip grounding me. I used to think winning meant being right, being loud, but this fight taught me different. Truth isn't a shout, it's a steady hand, a choice to keep going when the room turns away. I've changed not because I won, but because I chose to stand to speak to build something new from the ashes. Clara's courage, Ethan's trust, Sophie's quiet strength, Hannah's love. They're part of me now, woven into who I'm becoming. I walk to the couch, curling up with a blanket, the fabric soft against my skin. The city's lights pulse outside, but I'm not chasing them anymore. I'm here in this small space with a fern, a notebook, a life I'm shaping. I think of the people I've helped at Rachel's firm, their stories like mine, their voices growing stronger. That's enough. I'm enough. The thought settles warm and final, a truth I've fought to claim. I close my eyes, the night's quiet wrapping around me. The fern's there, growing in its corner, proof that small things endure. I'm not healed, not fully, but I'm whole in a way I wasn't before. The anger's fading, not gone, but lighter, like a shadow at noon. I breathe deep, the air cool, and know I'm ready for tomorrow, for whatever it brings. This is my life now, and I'm living it one steady step at a time. What truth have you held close, waiting for the right moment to speak? Share it below. Your story might light someone's way. If this moved, you please like, subscribe, and share to keep these stories alive. Thank you for listening, for being here. Here's to finding your peace wherever you are.